Hey everybody, welcome to my kitchen. This is Mark, Kilogram Mark, and I am today going to make a video about something that I've been asked by a few subscribers to do, and that is show you how I sterilize my bottles. How I clean and sterilize the bottles I use to make vanilla extract. And it's really not that difficult process. I'll show you the products I use, I'll show you how I go about it, and it's pretty simple. So let's get started and let's sterilize some bottles. So the first thing I do when I'm sterilizing my bottles, well, actually back that up just a little bit. The first thing I do when I get my bottles, I order them through the supplier, I get my bottles in, I usually buy them a dozen at a time. And the first thing I do when I get those bottles is I fill up a sink with hot, scalding hot water and dish soap. And I wash the bottles. I'll put them in there and I'll soak them. I'll make sure they're full of soapy water. I'll soak them real good. And then I'll use a bottle brush and I'll scrub them out, scrub them inside and out, and then I rinse them in scalding hot water again, and then I set them out to dry. And I dry them. And then I just take and I put the cap on. I don't seal it, but I put the cap on, and the bottles I use, you guys have seen these in the video, are these flip top cap bottles. I will literally, once it's completely dry, I will literally just set the cap on top just like that. I don't clamp it down, seal it, and I'll put it in the cabinet. I'll just put it in the cabinet and leave it there until I'm ready to bottle up some more extract, some more vanilla extract or whatever extract I'm making at the time. And once I am ready, I'm going to be bottling today, right? Then my process is, first, I always keep a bottle of bleach underneath my sink. And first thing I do is I clean my sinks, I clean my counters, everything. I clean everything as I normally would with an antibacterial. And then I will spray everything down with bleach. And I spray my sinks down with bleach. I spray everything I'm going to be using down with bleach. Okay, so that's the first step. Then the second step is I run some hot water. Okay, the bottles have already been washed. Okay, I run some hot water in the sink. And if any of you have ever worked in the food industry or worked in a bar, you know about the 3-sink method. You have your wash sink, your rinse sink, and your sterilize sink. So that's basically what I'm doing. I've already washed the bottles. They've been washed, dried, put in the cabinet. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to sterilize them. So I have a sink full of very hot water. Okay? And then I take this sink and remember, I sterilize everything. I've actually cleaned the stoppers that are in these sinks with bleach. The house kind of smells like bleach, but it's all in the words of cleanliness, right? Because if I was just making a bottle of vanilla extract, say like this bottle of vanilla extract, I use this is my own vanilla. This is what I use when I cook for me or my family. This is what I cook. Granted, yes, it's been cleaned and everything else, but I wasn't as concerned about sterilizing everything in this that had anything to do with this bottle. It's for me, it's for my family. We live together, eat together, whatever. But that's, now this is different. Now these are bottles that most likely aren't going to end up being used by me. I'm going to give them away as gifts to my family and friends. I have some friends that are professional bakers. I give them vanilla. Whether they decide on their own that they're going to pay me for those vanilla extracts, that's fine. I don't ever ask for money for my extracts, but these aren't going to be consumed by me, so I want to take extra special care in the preparation, right? So I'm going to take all these bottles, okay, and move them over here. Everything here has been sterilized, right? Everything's been cleaned and sterilized, including this pot, and I'll show you why I have this pot. I can put my bleach over here because I've already used it. Okay, now I've got my rinse sink, and this is going to be my sterilization sink. Now this water doesn't necessarily have to be scalding hot, all right? It doesn't have to be. I prefer it to be fairly hot for a couple of reasons. One, we know that heat kills germs, and two, it will help them dry. And what I've done here is I've got just a big stock pot. You could use a big tub, whatever, if you're going to do a lot of bottles. And I'm just using this because I know I can fit all those in here. And I've actually put some paper towels in the bottom of the stock pot, and I'll set it up something like this, so that's an angle like that, and then I'll lay the bottles in there to dry, okay? The product that I use to sterilize my bottles, and I don't just sterilize bottles for vanilla, I do other things as well, but it's called Steramine. Okay, that's the product that I use. It's not the only product out there, but it's a very good product. Okay, it's Amazon. I don't know. I think it costs around $10 for a bottle. One tablet will treat 2 gallons. I'm sorry. One tablet will treat 1 gallon. All right. Now, I could measure this all out and fill a gallon jug and pour it in there and whatnot, but that's not even that necessary, okay? When this product, you just take a tablet, and it's literally tablets. Let me pull this cotton wad out, but that's what the tablets look like, okay? It's a blue tablet, okay? This is a brand new bottle. My other one's about empty. I'm watching how much water's in there. But that's what the tablet looks like. And you drop the tablet in the water, and it'll dissolve, and it'll turn the water a light blue color. And you can tell if you have enough by the color of that water. All right? So I've got about enough water in there right now. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my tablets in there. There's more than 1 gallon of water in here, all right? So I'm going to drop 2 tablets into this water, and they dissolve right away, okay? You don't need to stir the water up or mix it up or anything really. Here's the product, Steramine. Steramine. Steramine tablets, okay? This to me is just the best product that I've ran across, okay? And it also happens to be a product that very, very good friends of mine, they owned a bar out in Indiana, and it's the product that they used. My significant other at the time, she was actually the manager of that bar. I was involved heavily with the bar as well. But this is the product that they used, and it worked excellent, okay? That's about it. I'll show you the process. I'll show you what the water looks like. I'll show you start to finish how I do it. I also want to talk about the things that you're going to be using when you're making your vanilla extract. These as well should be sterilized. The knife you're going to be using should be sterilized. So we're going to sterilize the knife inside of this mixture right here. Your cutting boards. What I do with my cutting boards is I spray bleach on, okay, and then I wipe them down, and then I just kind of set them up like so. I'll usually have a towel right here. and I'll set my cutting boards up after I've sprayed them down with bleach and wiped them down. I'll set them up here on a towel to air dry. But so they're sterilized as well. So the knife I use to cut the beans open, because I split my beans down the middle, my cutting boards, my bottles, everything's been sterilized. All right, everything that's going to come into contact with those vanilla beans will be sterilized. The tablets take a little time to dissolve. One of the things I like about this product is the fact that even though I will wear rubber gloves, all right, I will wear gloves when I'm doing this, okay? You don't have to. A lot of the sterilization products that are out there are very caustic to your skin. And you have to wear gloves when you use those products. Steramine, you don't have to. You don't have to wear gloves. I do. You might want to if you've got really sensitive skin. I don't have sensitive skin at all. But I wear gloves just because. But you do not have to wear gloves. You'll see people working in bars and they're using this product and they are going from the wash sink to the rinse sink right into the Steramine solution, the sanitizing solution, and then right into a strainer. That's the other thing. You can have a strainer, like a dish strainer, that you can put over here to set your bottles up into dry. Just make sure that you sterilize that dish strainer as well. Just spray some bleach on it, whatever. Just sterilize it and clean it up, okay? That's it. It's not that intrusive of a process. It really is not. It doesn't take any time whatsoever. The longest period of time that you have to wait is the period of time that the tablets are dissolving in your water. All right, it's right there. They're dissolving. I can still see the tablets. They're not dissolved yet. All right, but they are dissolving. But it takes several minutes for these to dissolve. So once these are dissolved, we'll finish up the video. All right, so here we are. It is completely dissolved. As you can see, the water inside there is blue, and it's this nice blue hue. And the cool thing also about this Steramine is it is odorless and tasteless. It's not going to add an odor that you don't want to your vanilla extract or whatever extract you're making, or even if you're making beer, anything like that, any distilled liquids, whatever. It's not going to add any color or odor or flavor to any of it because it has none. It literally, you can't smell anything, okay? So there it is, all right? So here's the process. All right, we've got a washed bottle, okay? I guess I should put my glove on, right? Because you don't, like I said, you don't have to wear gloves, but I do, okay? So, gloves on, okay? You take the bottle, you put it in here. All right, we're rinsing it now, right? You want to get it completely rinsed, so we want it completely submerged in the liquid, okay? Now we put it inside of the sanitizing liquid, right? So this is where we're sanitizing it, right? I want to get all the bubbles out of it. I don't want anything in there, okay? And now we just dump it out. Now look, we've done the cap, everything. Everything in here has been sterilized, right? And then I put it inside of whatever vessel I'm going to use to drain these, okay? Go to the next one, same thing. Okay, all the air out, okay? Everything out, it's rinsed really well. Now then we're going to put it inside here, do the same thing. I want all the air out. I want it full of liquid, see? No bubbles, no troubles, okay? All right, drain it. Okay, put it inside of your vessel that you're going to drain them in. Go to the next one. And on until you finish up all of these. Now this water is hot, all right? I use hot water, okay? Especially this one, the rinse, I use hot water, okay? I'm making sure I'm getting everything rinsed, the cap, everything is rinsed. I'm getting all the bubbles out of the bottle, okay? Sometimes I'll dip it twice. You don't really want to shake it. I did that time, but you really don't want to shake it because it makes kind of like foam, like soap, but it's really not soap. It's not soap by any means, okay? And you just keep doing that until all your bottles are done, okay? Okay, there, rinsed, okay, boom, boom, boom. It goes a lot quicker if you're using like bar glasses or something like that. But when you're doing bottles, it takes a little bit longer. Okay, get the bubbles out, boom. Bubbles out, boom, okay. Get that rinsed out good. And how you rinse it is up to you. But just remember that you want all of this to be just as clean as the bottles you're putting into it now. All right? It's got to be clean. Because if that surface that I'm using over there is not sterilized, I put bottles in there. Now, how sterilized are the bottles I'm putting in there? Okay, think about it that way. All right, boom, rinse. Okay, boom, go to the next bottle. Okay, make sure that's all rinsed. I always make sure that I kind of move the, I don't know if you guys probably can't see, but I always try to make sure, I'll just tip the bottle up and down, but I make sure that I'm kind of wiggling this flip top cap around and making sure it gets rinsed thoroughly with the sanitizer as well. All right? I got one bottle left. There's another bottle from the last order. I actually still had a bottle from the last order of bottles I ordered. This one, and it's the last. And I actually used those new bottles the last time I made vanilla extract. Okay, boom. Okay. Rinse. Do the rinse, do the sterilize. All you gotta do is tilt the bottle up a little bit and the bubbles come to the top. And then boom, get it so it's so full of, I don't, you guys probably can't see, but there's not a bubble at all inside of that bottle. Okay? Turn it, rinse, drain it. Boom, I give it a little shake. You can also take your knife that you're going to use, boom, 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 okay. Give it a rinse, okay. Stick it down in there, all right. Do the same thing with your cutting boards. Rinse them in the sterilizer, put them up to dry, all right. But I don't want to put it up to dry leaning against that wall because I didn't sterilize that wall, but you follow my drift, right? Rinse everything, sterilize everything, put it in a clean vessel to dry, and once it's dry, you're ready to go. All right? That's it. That's the process. There's nothing else to it. Okay? It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. All right? I hope that this video has explained to you how I sterilize my bottles. I do this all the time. I wipe everything down. Anyway, how I sterilize my bottles. Stay tuned. The next video is going to be about these 3 bottles. The next video I make, which I'm going to try to do it today, is going to be about these 3 bottles. There's something I did specifically about with these 3 bottles of vanilla extract that I'm going to explain in my next video. I think a few of the subscribers who have asked me questions and commented have heard about the experimental bottles of vanilla extract that I put together. Well, these are those 2 of them right here. These are 2 of the experimental bottles that I put together. This is my renewable bottle that I use for my personal extract. It's the one that I use to fill this bottle. I use this bottle to keep my personal bottle full. All right. I also will talk about that, and I'll talk about all of these bottles of vanilla extract back here. And this is just a small sampling of the bottles of vanilla that I have right now. Anyway, if you have any questions, comments, if this video has been in any way, shape, or form helpful to you, please punch that like button over there in the corner. That subscribe button over there in the corner. I'll never get that right. Give me a like. Drop me a comment. Share this on your YouTube channel. Share it on your social media. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, whatever social media accounts you have. Share this video so that other people can see, hey, this is how easy it is, how quick it is. Share it. All right. So remember, subscribe, like, comment, and above all, keep cooking and enjoying life. Thank you so much.